You have ambition, you have big dreams. You want to succeed, and you finally want to live the life you've always imagined. But there's a problem you're losing. Lazy. You know exactly what you should do, but you don't do it. Day by day you procrastinate, missing opportunities, and then blame yourself for not taking action. Because deep down inside, you know you can do more than that. But instead of changing, you just keep going like that. The guilt grows gradually over time, day by day, different week by week, and then gradually you accept it as a part of you. And when the new year comes again, you set the same old goals of last year. And you started with determination and motivation, and maybe a little bit of fantasy. But before you know it, procrastination appears like an annoying relative. Complications always come without warning you. Procrastinate, and procrastinate some more days. One day, you look back and realize you've been stuck in an endless loop. Laziness, procrastination, frustration, resetting goals without knowing how to break free. You want to escape this cycle. You want to overcome procrastination, stop making excuses, and finally turn your ambition into reality. So, you start looking for solutions. You watch one motivational video after another online, but almost all of them offer the same advice. Delete social media, get rid of distractions, plan everything in detail, discipline yourself, and maybe these things help for a while, but eventually you're back at square one. The real problem? Inertia. In physics, inertia is the tendency of an object to remain in its current state. If it's at rest, it tends to stay at rest. If it's in motion, it tends to stay in motion, unless acted on by an external force. The same is true for you. When you procrastinate, you tend to keep procrastinating. You avoid tasks not because you're incapable, but because starting feels overwhelmingly hard. So instead of facing what you need to do, you find easier alternatives. Scrolling the internet, watching Netflix, playing games, anything to avoid responsibility. But this creates the biggest problem of all. The first step looks so hard in your mind that you don't even try. You think about writing a 5,000-word essay, and it feels like climbing a mountain. You want to start working out, but the idea of doing it daily for months paralyzes you. You dream of starting a business, but the sheer scope of what's required leaves you overwhelmed. And so, you keep procrastinating. But if inertia is the problem, then it can also be the solution. If you know how to use it, you don't need a massive push to get started. You just need a small one. And there are two simple, incredibly effective ways to break through. 1. Reduce the difficulty of the first step. Most people procrastinate because they start with a task that's too big. When you tell yourself, I need to write 5,000 words, your brain panics. Too much. Too hard. Instead, make the task ridiculously small, so small that it's impossible to fail. Say, I only need to write 50 words. I just need to open the book and read one page. I only have to do one push-up. Once the task feels easy and manageable, you'll no longer be afraid to begin. And here's the magic. Once you start, you'll want to keep going. 2. The 2-minute rule. Another powerful technique. The 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like doing something, just tell yourself, I'll do it for 2 minutes. Don't want to clean your room? Put on a song and clean while it plays. Stop when it ends. Don't want to write an article? Set a timer for 2 minutes and write whatever comes to mind. Then stop. Don't feel like exercising? Just change into your workout clothes and do a quick warm-up for 2 minutes. Most of the time, you won't stop after 2 minutes. Why? Because moving objects tend to keep moving. At first, it's like pushing a ball uphill, but once it passes the point of resistance, it rolls easily on its own. That's why it's essential to make the first step as small and easy as possible. Once you begin, momentum will take over. You'll keep going, not because of willpower, but because of momentum. By using these two methods, tiny first steps and the 2-minute rule, you can break the cycle. You can overcome procrastination. You can finally turn your goals into reality. And this doesn't just apply to work or school. It applies to every area of life. Want to start exercising, but keep putting it off? Don't commit to an hour-long workout. Just put on your workout clothes and do one movement. Want to start a business, but feel overwhelmed? Don't try to create a perfect plan. Just sit down and write one simple idea. Want to improve your relationships? Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just send a quick text to check in. In 2 minutes, everything big can begin. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step." You don't need to finish everything in one day. You just need to start. And if you do that, the rest will follow. So if you're ambitious but lazy, here's the truth. You're not procrastinating because you're lazy. You're procrastinating because of inertia. Things at rest tend to stay at rest, unless something pushes them. And the hardest part will always be that first step. So make it as small as possible. Write 50 words instead of 5,000. Do one push-up instead of an hour-long workout. Try 2 minutes instead of worrying about hours. Once you break the inertia, everything becomes easier. And when you do this every day, even just a little, you'll stop being a procrastinator. You'll become a doer. You'll take action. You'll achieve the goals you've been putting off. You'll turn your desires into reality. Don't wait any longer. Start right now, even if it's just for 2 minutes. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Your support means a lot and helps us keep sharing inspiring content. Folded Hand Sparkles.